After leaving the fake cemetery, I made my way to a nearby area that contains one of the saddest stories in Oklahoma history.
We are entering the town of, it looks like Hobart, but it's not Hobart. I believe I was told it's Hobart. 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 But it is spelled H-O-B-A-R-T. Looks like Hobart. 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 It's not Hobart. They'll look at you funny. They did the first time I was here. Hobart. Hobart. Look at these gigantic longhorns. Oh my gosh. Hey, buddy.
One of the deadliest school fires in U.S. history happened in the rural community of Babb Switch in Kiowa County, Oklahoma in 1924. A Christmas Eve program was held in a one-room wooden schoolhouse, which was overcrowded with an estimated 150 people packed inside the small school. A Christmas tree decorated with lit candles stood on the stage. A teenage boy dressed as Santa Claus began handing out gifts from the tree. A candle ignited the tree, which quickly caught fire and spread to decorations and the building. Imagine the fear, chaos, and panic that ensued. Over 100 people were pushing at the same time in an attempt to escape the flames. Many people fell and were trampled. The school only had one usable door and an open inward. With people pushing against it, it caused everyone to be trapped inside. The windows were covered with secure metal screens to prevent vandals from breaking into the school. These screens could not be removed quickly. Gas lamps and fresh oil paint on the school also helped the fire spread rapidly. People inside began breaking out the windows trying to get air. Unfortunately, the oxygen from the air caused the fire to rage even more. It is said the entire school burned in under 12 minutes. The dead and injured were transported by car to Hobart, the nearest sizable town, and a makeshift morgue was set up in a downtown building. I will take you to that building in an upcoming video. The day following the fire, 32 people were reported dead and a reported 37 injured were in Hobart hospitals. 4 people later died from their injuries, bringing the number of dead to 36. A roadside memorial monument now stands tribute at the site of the former school. There's even a little picnic area if you'd like to spend some time with your family at the site. Nice little roadside picnic. I have brought you to the Babb Switch Memorial Marker. If you've never heard of this, this was one of the worst school fires in U.S. history. Happened on Christmas Eve, 1924. It says 35 people, but I thought it was 36 people lost their lives. It's nice somebody put some flowers and wreaths to remember them. The marker says, site of Babb Switch, tragic school fire on December 24th, 1924. 35 people lost their lives while attending a Christmas party. I apologize for the wind and the road noise from traffic. In a one-room frame schoolhouse, the fire was started by a candle on a Christmas tree. A school building was built here as a memorial and a model to point the way to safer county schools the nation over. The school was discontinued in 1943 and was dismantled and sold. In memory of, and then it lists all the people that lost their lives in the fire. Most of them were children. The only good that came out of the Babb Switch fire was stricter fire codes. Also, that's why there's multiple exits in buildings, and the doors swing out now instead of in. They swung in then. People couldn't get out. They were trampling each other. And basically the whole school burned, and I heard it was like 12 minutes. It's crazy. The town of Babbs was named after Edith Babcock. She was the first person to deliver wheat to the grain silo, the silo in town. Mary Elizabeth Edens is the most mysterious part of the Babb Switch fire story. She was a 3-year-old girl who disappeared during the fire on Christmas Eve 1924, and what happened to her is still debated today. On the night of the Christmas program at the schoolhouse, Mary was sitting on the lap of her aunt, Alice Noah, when the fire started. During the panic, Alice Noah managed to escape the burning building. She later said she carried Mary out of the schoolhouse. According to her statement, she handed Mary to someone outside, but she didn't know who it was. Alice Noah later died from her burns, but before dying, she repeated that she believed Mary had been passed to someone outside the building. When the victims were counted afterwards, 36 people were confirmed dead. Mary Edens was the only person never found. Her body was never recovered. Several theories circulated about what happened to Mary. One of them, she died in the fire, which is the most likely outcome. Many historians believe that Mary probably died in the blaze and her remains were never identified because bodies were burned badly. Number 2, she was rescued or accidentally lost. Because her aunt said she handed Mary to someone, some think a rescuer took her away during the chaos and later assumed her family had all died. Or the third theory is she was kidnapped. A rumor spread that a childless couple might have taken her during the confusion of the fire and raised her somewhere else. Her parents believed for years that she still might be alive and even hired detectives to search for her. More than 30 years later, a woman named Grace Reynolds from California claimed she was the missing child. She even reunited with the Edens family. They even appeared on a TV show called House Party. Reynolds wrote a book about it, but later investigations showed she was not actually Mary Edens. A newspaper editor learned the truth in the 1950s but kept it a secret because Mary's mother believed the woman was her daughter and it would have devastated her to learn that was not her child. The hoax only became publicly revealed in 1999. No one has ever proven what happened to Mary Edens. She remains one of Oklahoma's oldest unsolved disappearance mysteries. I can only imagine burning to death, dying from burns, or dying from smoke inhalation has got to be one of the most horrific ways to die. Let me know if you had ever heard of the Bab Switch story. I hope you will subscribe and come back next time where I will take you to the site of the mass grave for a lot of the victims to pay my respects. Until next time, bye for now.